Hello, this is Sheshachan from Astroguide Mysore. Today, let us understand when the slowest and the toughest planet, Saturn, when it gets combust, what are the results of that particular combustion? Usually, when I talk about combustion, we do a lot of matching of different karakatvas, that is significations between the sun and the respective planet. So, particularly when we understand that Saturn, which is actually an outer planets are the planets Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, which are actually away from after Earth. So inner planets are planets which are within Earth, that between Earth and Sun, that is Venus and Mercury. So these outer planets, when they get combust, that very clearly means that Earth, Sun, and the planet are in this order. So that means this is the zodiac. The zodiac will be here. So Earth is here. So the line is Sun and then Saturn and then the zodiac. So that means Saturn is further away from Earth and extremely far away, and it is behind sun because combustion of any outermost planet is that the planet is very small, extremely small when compared to the huge sun what is in the middle of our solar system. So what actually happens is the positive rays or the negative rays, whatever it is, depending on what Saturn is for our particular horoscope. Depending on that, the positive rays or the negative rays of the Saturn, which actually will keep coming and hitting Earth, has to now pass through the huge ball of fire, which is Sun. So it has to pass through it and then come and hit Earth. So the thing is that most of it is absorbed by Sun and it is transformed. It is not that Saturn becomes useless or it becomes powerless. So the combustion of Saturn and other planets, outer planets, are all at 7 degrees or anything 7 degrees or less than that. That is either side of Sun. If Saturn is posited, I take it as combustion. I take it as combustion. So very clearly. So it's not that it is a hard and fast rule. It depends on different astrologers. Every astrologer has his own peculiarity and way and methodology of predictions. So my way of predicting this is that when Saturn is either side of Sun is at around 7 degrees on this side or on that side of Sun, I take it as combustion. So there are, once again, I was telling you that I mix and match the karakatvas of both Sun and Saturn to make it more easier for us to understand. Sun means routine, regular day in, day out routine, and Saturn means discipline. What a beautiful combination of routine and discipline for an adept, a sannyasi, or a person who has taken work as worship. He every day does it methodically without having a single frown or a wrinkle, even a small twitch on his face, and he will be happy. He will be happy to do that routine work without any hardship. Hard work, toiling work, sweating work, he will do it peacefully. That is the power of Saturn and that is the power of Sun. But in this case, because Saturn has become combust, the same hard work and the same routine discipline, because it is combust, will become a gruesome, negative, depressive approach will be there towards the job. That means a person will continuously be, cribbing and continuously be grumbling with regard to the job. He does not like the job, but obligation, he has to work, he has to earn. So this problem of getting stuck into a place which you would not want to, you cannot come out of it, but want to come out of it because you don't like that place, but so many obligations will be there that you get stuck in this. I have just given you one example of the profession, but you can take many examples of the family, of the situations, even a love, a commitment. You get stuck when Saturn gets combust, let us say in different houses. I gave an example when Saturn gets combust in the 10th house. When the Saturn gets combust in the 7th house, that's when you get, you feel that the marriage and the relationship itself is an obligation, and you have got stuck into it. I can't do anything about it. Now I have got married, I have 2 children or 3 children. I have to take care of it. I don't like to be here, but still I will be here because I will take up my responsibility. Because Sun is a committed planet, Saturn is a double committed planet. So commitment is huge when Saturn and Sun both join hands. So hard work and routine work becomes tough work. That's what I was trying to tell. So Saturn means burden, you know, the weight, the burden, the heaviness, the difficulty, the discomfort. All this is Saturn. And Sun means going through rigorous hardship, sweat. So we can see people with this combination, going through very tough times in their life, coming up. You can see ordinary labor also having this sort of a combination, that he has to do back bending work. And medically also, if you see that Saturn means the limbs, particularly the legs and the spinal cord, and that is the backbone. And if Sun means the bones, and when it is combust, that means there is trouble there in the backbone and the legs. So there will be like a lot of pain because of some slip disc or some spondylosis or some leg pain like sciatica, so many things. So usually, when Saturn and Sun are far away from each other, you feel you are doing the hard work, but you don't feel the pain. But when it is combust, you feel you are doing the hard work and you also feel the pain. You feel depressed, you feel the pain. So, I will not again continue with the profession thing, I will go to the next level. As age progresses, we all know that our bones will start becoming, porous. The osteoporosis will catch on, and then we will, the bone weight decreases as the porosity of the bone increases. This will speed up in such people who are having a combust Saturn. It will speed up in the sense that they tend to lose the strength of their bones early in their life. So that is what is the affliction of Saturn Sun combination. So Sun and Saturn both have very important significations. Sun is ego and Saturn is experience. And if they are well placed in the chart, a person will be experienced and will have very, moderate ego. But if they are combust, Sun will give, highlighted ego, even a small experience, the person will be acting as though he went through a war, and he will be explaining that he was a war hero, unnecessarily pumping up his figure and pumping up his identification. He will try to make himself, look, his, stature look very big in front of society. He wants to pump up his ego. So it keeps growing along with age. As they age, they will become more crankier with regard to their ego. Saturn also is wisdom which has come because of experience. That is, the person has gained wisdom because of experience. This is a pure Saturn. And Sun means it's spirituality, ritualistic, very good spirituality. Mantradipati, he is a mantrasthanadipati and mantradipati. That means he is good for dhyana and meditation. Excellent Sun. So when these two fellows combine and deeply combust, particularly deeply combust is when they are within 3 degrees from each other, then there is a wrongly boosted wisdom. That is something wrong understood in the wrong way. Some good subject also can be understood in the wrong way. So understand it wrong and then boost it up, and then try to propagate the same wrong message without even knowing that it is wrong, that they feel that it is correct. So that is the wrong faith or the wrong belief that the person can get in when Saturn, which is a planet of discretional power, which has lost its power. Saturn has lost its power. So that means a person has lost this sense of right and wrong with regard to philosophies. So what they do sometimes, if it is very strongly posited, the Lagnadipati is strong, then the wrong subject will be given too much of emphasis, and they will try to push it into people. But if it is the Lagnadipati is weak and there is a combination of Saturn and Sun combustion, then sometimes they do directionless talk. That talk will be like wayward, going somewhere, and people will just feel that this guy talks nonsense. So it's better to keep silent. If people have this combination and the Lagna is weak, better to keep silent. Do not spill your beans and come out in public. Very dangerous. So they lack strength, like anemic. They are having a lot of problems with regard to the heart, the cardiac problem, because sun is there, and they have old age problems of the bone, rheumatism, problems of the anal fissures, piles. So you should understand that the porosity of the bones also give rise to osteoporosis, which I have already told. Lack of stamina, which is also there because of the combustion. Longevity. Saturn represents longevity, and Sun represents the father of the native. So when Saturn and Sun get combust, there will be a lot of difficulty with regard to stability of health to the father of the native. It's not that the longevity will always shortfall, because it all depends on many other things like the ninth lord, the ninth house, the other things which are there, how benefic planets are aspecting the ninth house. But simply generally seeing Sun and Saturn, when they fall in this particular, let us say they are posited in the ninth house itself, they put immense pressure on the father's health, that is the native's father's health. Saturn also means chronicity, that is chronic problems. You get chronic problems because of Saturn, and Sun means health and digestion, blood flow, good blood pressure, confidence, and all this. All this gets disrupted when there is a Saturn Sun combustion, and people go through problems of the colon, particularly chronic digestive disorders, ulcers. So this is not a good combination altogether. So as a remedial measure to this particular combination, it is best that a person does breathing exercises, that is pranayama, keeps his body cool, unnecessarily does not eat too much of spices and oil, tries to maintain a good sattvic health, so, and be a vegan as much as possible. So God bless you all, and thank you very much for today's class.